All right, welcome back to another episode of Pig City Pickem. But if you've been watching lately, it might need to change the name. Alexander, you want to tell them what they should change the name to as you introduce yourself? Sorry about that.
This is Alexander Walker, and I am a host of Pig City Fatum.
Very good. And yes, I am Zachary Ivy as well. Um, First off, I want to shout out to the listeners, the followers. Our Spotify numbers were down this week. YouTube was climbing a little bit. Again, our prediction of 7, we tripled that and some. But yeah, as mentioned in the terrible intro, don't listen to us, or keep following us, and maybe we'll hit. Um,
Just follow the penny.
yeah, we'll get to that. Walker, you want to tell them we actually have the exact same record through 2 weeks?
Last week we went 7, 8, and 1. We did have a push with the Saints Carolina game, which was an awful game to watch, by the way. But through 2 weeks, our record is 14, 17, and 1. So, like we said, welcome to Fatum.
Yes, and we've seen some of the comments, people asking to lose the penny, people saying the penny shouldn't be on there. We did have one person who I personally think must know somehow who Howard is or have a guess because they really want to know his picks. But we're not giving them to him tonight because Howard is in second place in this pick'em party, trailed by the first place person. Like, people must think we've scripted this, but here's the thing: if we scripted it, that means we would have to actually think one is correct and one is not correct, which would mean we're actually really smart and making ourselves look dumb. And for those conspiracy theorists, like most conspiracy theories, it's not true. But the penny is indeed in first place. And last week went 10-5-1. I mean, going 10-5 in a week is crazy.
Yeah.
So
I looked it over because I was kind of curious. Like, how many times, like, out of their 10 wins, how many were the underdog? And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of their 10 correct picks were underdogs. They only missed 2 underdog picks.
Yeah, and I said last week on the pod, I think I just picked too many favorites. But we have the same record.
We were called out. We said when the spread, somebody told us that when the spread is big, go the underdog. We're picking too many favorites. Who knows? Maybe they're right. Maybe they're getting lucky. I don't know. That's the part of Pick'em, you know?
Yeah. And, doing it with the spreads, again, for those of you that are, if this is your first time tuning in, or maybe you didn't hear at the very beginning of episode 1, this is kind of a preparation podcast for next year. But if you are living in a state where you legally can gamble, or if you have another connection somehow, we're not condoning that. But fade us, because right now you would be sitting nice. 17, 14, and 1 is a nice record to have. And just fade us. And you know what? Don't fade us, because this week I'm feeling good because this is the least confident I felt about my picks, and I've been feeling confident doing bad. So, yeah, where are you at this week, Walker? 1 through 4, you know?
2.5.
All right, and that's why we are no longer friends. For those of you who don't know, we used to hang out all the time. We now only see each other virtually for 20 minutes a night, or 20 minutes a week. Sorry. All right, you want to jump into this?
Till I learned that the scoring system is 1 through 4 with no half numbers. But hey, 1.5 is in between 1 through 4. 2.5 is in between 1 through 4. And so is 3.5. So I think that answer should be allowed. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah, again, Seth Brown would be very disappointed in you. But we did have a push this week, so we actually have a tie on our records that kind of fits into your narrative. So that kind of makes me hungry.
We're going to have another push then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I am. That's my prediction for the week. There's a lot of round numbers this week. Not sure why. But we're just going to jump into it. And I do want to appreciate the listeners. Again, those of you that listen, watch on YouTube. If you are on YouTube and you have ads or whatever, just play it on Spotify. You know what? Play it on Spotify even if you don't listen to Spotify. Create an account just for us. But we do thank you. But our numbers were down from episode 2. We actually had more people listen to the division prediction, the hour-long podcast, than we did week 2 on Spotify. But again, YouTube was up. So we'll see. We'll get all that worked out. But let's get into it. You ready?
Lego.
All right. And I want to call myself out. I did not do a good job as reading these last time. I was forgetting spreads. I was doing everything. So let me lock in for a second. And
my connection was screwing with you last time. No.
Let's get to it.
Oh, okay, Dion.
All right. Yeah, I speak to grown men, but all right, let's stay focused. Stay in our lane. The New York Giants, after a big comeback win, travel into San Francisco, who many are arguing is the best team in football. The 49ers are a 10-point favorite at home. I will start off with this one. I'm taking the Giants to cover. Third time I picked against San Francisco, 1-1 against them. Who you got?
I went the Giants. I didn't listen to the listener. They told me when it's a big spread. Or actually, we listened to them. We listened to them. They said when it's a big spread, go against them.
To be honest with you, you really got me confused there. Guess what?
They went San Fran.
Nope. I went with the Giants.
The Penny went Giants. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up, Penny.
Are you keying this?
Yeah.
All right,
I got you, dog.
All right, and let's keep it going. Even spread, just a straight-up pick-em game. 2 0-2 teams that many predicted to be in the playoffs, including us. Chargers travel to Minnesota. Even.
Man, with it being a straight-up pick-em, I had to think long and hard about it. But I went Minnesota. I just believe in them.
So Love that. Love that. I went Chargers. Thank God.
Okay.
I never believe in the Chargers. And Minnesota. God! That's a terrible pick.
Let's go the coins with me so far.
Buffalo Bills, who look bad, then look great, go to Washington, who is a 2-0 team, one of the remaining undefeated, as a 6.5-point favorite on the road. And I went with the Bills. They looked great last week. I'm sticking with them.
I went Washington. Too big of a spread.
Okay, and the coin is on my side. The coin is on my side, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, the New Orleans Saints, who one of the worst games of the year, travel into Green Bay, suffered a bad loss to Atlanta last week. Green Bay is 2-point favorites in Lambeau.
Yeah. I went with New Orleans. I think they bounce back. I also just don't believe in Green Bay.
I like that one. I feel like this line is telling you, like, hey, small spread, Saints have actually looked pretty good on defense. Go with them. I went Green Bay. And the coin agrees with you. We have a lot different so far already. I like this. All right. A surprise 2-0 team, correct me if I'm wrong, the Atlanta Falcons, going to Detroit, who had a letdown last week. Detroit, 3-point, pretty basic spread there at home. I went with the Falcons. Say hi, Atlanta.
Yeah, I went Detroit. I'm still riding the Detroit train. With it only being 3 points, if I think Detroit's going to win, they should cover.
All right, and the coin agrees with me with Atlanta. And I'm just saying, I know this is a 50-50 thing, and we can get into all the analytics, but at the end of the day, it's literally a coin flip. And I'd be lying if I said I'm not getting excited when the coin picks me when we differ. So, Tennessee, hey, is traveling to Cleveland. The Titans going to the Browns. Awful injury to Nick Chubb, but they're still favored by 3 points. Who you got?
Brianna, hey. Sit. Hi, yes, Daddy. Go Titans.
All right. Now, for those of you who don't know, I don't know if it's Papa, grandfather, whatever it is a Titans fan, and she wouldn't even say it. But the coin does agree with him and me as well. We all went Titans. All right. Next, we have the Texans going into Jacksonville. Huge spread on this. Jacksonville, 9.5-point favorite after looking terrible on offense. But I'm picking Jacksonville to cover. Houston's just got too many gaps, and the Jags need to bounce back. Dougie P, gotta trust him.
Listen, the write-in vote told us to always, in big spreads, take the underdog. And I went with Jacksonville. Screw 'em. I'm
All
doing my
right.
own thing here, and I just believe in Jacksonville. If
And
Houston let the Colts beat them by 11, then Jacksonville should easily beat them by 11.
and
Slide.
the coin agrees with you, buddy, and me. Jags Nation, let's go. Doug Peterson. All right. The New England Patriots 0-2 facing the New York Jets 0-2. Basically, I think this is like if they have any hope of making the playoffs, they need to win this. 2.5-point favorites on the road as the Patriots travel to the Jets at that wonderful field.
Yeah. This was my lock of the week. I went New England.
Okay. I also went to England, and it's also my lock of the week.
Ooh. Okay,
Coin
I'll write
also
that in.
the coin also picked it. All right.
Okay.
Now, I will say
Stop.
disclaimer
Don't touch
up
that.
until this point, I like my picks, and this is where I think I might actually go terrible. All right, Denver going to Miami. Miami 6.5-point favorites at home. Denver is just a weird team, but I went with the Dolphins. They get it clicking. Dolphins are my pick.
You ready for bed? Oh, say
Bye.
bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Say
For
bye,
those of you
Zach.
that are watching on YouTube, you got a special treat. Bye.
Stop. Let's try making noise, sweetheart. I love
Oh,
you.
such a sweet dad. It'd be really sweet if he'd pick who he
Oh,
has in the Denver Miami game.
Denver, Miami. Yeah, I went Miami.
All right.
I believe in Miami too much there. I didn't try to overthink it and get cute.
And the coin also agreed with us. I think I've done a good job so far. The Colts.
Listen, you don't want to agree with me during like 4 o'clock and after. I'm statistically one of the worst pickers from 4 o'clock on.
Yeah, you're bad. Counterpoint, you're great early games. So the Indianapolis Colts are traveling into Baltimore, 8-point dogs. Anthony Richardson, unsure if he's playing. It seems possible, but big spread either way for the Ravens. Who you got in this one, Walker?
I mean, I kind of based it on if he was playing. But at the same time, even if he isn't playing, Baltimore wins, but they for some reason find ways to make teams that shouldn't be in the games find a way to be in it for a bit. Like, heck, Houston was in it with them week 1 for a while before they finally broke it open. So, yeah, I went Colts. I think they can cover that 8-point spread.
Okay, interesting. I was looking back at last week to see if they covered. I'm not seeing
They
it.
covered against Cincinnati.
Yes, they have covered both games. One of the teams that both do that, and I'm picking them to do it again. And the coin is lost my spot, agreeing with me. Let's go, coin gang, baby. All right, the Panthers, who really should reconsider Bryce Young playing at all, traveling to Seattle. Seattle 5.5-point favorites looked a lot better this week, and I went with Seattle.
12th man, baby.
And the coin agrees with us. Dang, I was kind of hoping it went against us there to pick Carolina. All right, this
Screw
is where
Carolina.
the rest of these I think are very interesting here.
These next 2 are my hardest ones. I kept going back and forth.
Huge spreads. Dallas, who has been, again, with San Francisco, one of the best teams in the NFL. They've just dominated their first 2 games. You can blame the opponent, but you play who's on your schedule. 12-point favorites on the road going into Arizona to face Jonathan Gannon and his very hard-hitting defense.
I went Arizona. I think Dallas can come in, overlooking them a little bit, and cover the spread.
Yeah, this seems like a game where the Cowboys keep close even if they win for some reason. But maybe I'm just a hater. And the coin is not with us. It picked the Cowboys. I went with Arizona as well.
Ooh, coin against us.
Cowboys are about to blow them out. Put all your money on the boys. They'll never let you down. Okay. Chicago Bears, one of the absolute worst teams of the first 2 weeks. But for some reason, I'm not giving up on their offense. Traveling into Arrowhead, the Chiefs, 12.5-point favorites.
Yes. With the spread like this, one of our ride-ins told us go with the underdogs. I went the underdogs. I'm waiting on Kansas City to show that they can come in and blow people out like that. They've yet to show it. They looked a little bit better last week. But even with all the troubles Chicago's had, they've still found a way to be in these games. So, hey, all it takes is them to finally let Justin Fields run the ball, and who knows, maybe they're in this game.
I think we did a good job alternating, except for that pick you jumped in front of me, but it's fine because the Chiefs are going to blow them out. They finally have a full week of preparation with Travis Kelce. The Bears are awful, absolutely terrible.
Point went the Bears.
Oh, I dropped it. Reflip, or say what it is.
Whatever it is.
So, like, it landed on my cover.
Oh, reflip it then. It's not landing in a hand.
I did see what it was. That scares me. I shouldn't have looked. It went with the Chiefs.
It went favorites.
I won't say what the original one was, but that felt dirty. All right. Pittsburgh going into Las Vegas. Pittsburgh's defense winning the game. TJ Watt versus Micah Parsons for Defensive Player of the Year already. I know they're not playing. I'm saying them two just dominated. Somehow their defense won that game for them. Raiders, 1.5-point favorites. Close to a pick 'em, basically. I went with the Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers' offense didn't look good, but that defense looks amazing. So, I went Steelers as well.
Okay. Free Jalen Warren. And the coin went Vegas. That makes me feel bad. I don't know if Vegas is terrible or just bad.
I just haven't seen anything from them that I just gives me any confidence.
No, I mean they played Denver week 1 is really the only reason they have a win. All right, and now we have Bird Gang, the Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay, 5.5-point favorites on the road. I think that spread was very appropriate. The Eagles seem like they hope they're getting a little healthy. Obviously, ran the ball absolutely down the throat last game. I'm not going to get into a whole Bird segment, but Birds 5.5-point favorites on the road. Who did you take here, Walker?
Yeah, this one I didn't even really have to think on. Philadelphia, they're going to win by 10.
And just to keep in mind, Eagles did not cover again last week, but it's okay. And I picked them to cover as well. And the coin went with Tampa Bay. So I'm sure the Nanny Bros will be very excited to hear that they're going to cover. I don't think they're really going to care if they lose, but all right. Last game of the week, this one was pretty tough because one of these teams has looked good and one has looked terrible, and it's not what you think. The Los Angeles Rams going into Cincinnati. Is this a must-win for Cincinnati? Is it too early for that? 2.5.
I don't know. I haven't really looked at their schedule, so I'd have to look into it to give you a definite answer on that. But for the sake of it, let's say it is. I mean, starting 0-3, that's tough hole to come out of.
Yeah, especially being down 3 games in your division. Not to mention, it's not like they've looked good at all. But I'll let you go first on this one as well. We'll end with the coin.
Yeah. You said it. One team looks good. One team doesn't. One team, though, ended last week looking really good. I think they're going to hit their stride. They're finally going to come together. I went the Bengals.
All right, the coin agrees with you, but I do not. Give me Puka over Chase. Just a couple updates real quick. That was pretty good, pretty concise. Howard's pick of the week, our guest picker, is Pittsburgh over Vegas, and the coin also went Vegas. So, yeah, that's interesting. We can have some more stats next week of, our picks if the coin goes against them, how well it does. To clarify the Survivor thing, we're just keeping a total record. We just can't reuse the same team. I'm currently 0-2, and you and Howard are both 1-1. And we have the same lock this week, and he has Pittsburgh. Closing remarks, Alexander. What are you excited for this weekend?
Underdogs. I took 8 of them, and I hope they come through.
All right, we have a lot different this week, so I'm looking forward to that. Some different rooting interest, as well as we have a lot of other things in between. But yeah, if you don't believe in us, fade us. But we made it difficult this week because who are you going to fade? We disagreed on a lot. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. That's all I got for you. We're going to keep it right under 20. Enjoyed it. Share with a friend. Share it to somebody else. I don't care if they actually fully listen or not. Share this with one friend, 20 minutes of their day. Good things coming. Deuces.
Be out.